Hey everybody, welcome back to 13 Rings, an NFC East podcast. We are recording the episode after we had our live reactions on YouTube to our fantasy football draft. It was a fun draft. We were all in video, so if you want to see our live reactions to the draft, where I definitely was pleading and crying, trying to offer up my soul, all that fun stuff. You can check out the clip, or you can go on YouTube to see the live reactions or listen to it anywhere else. But in the meantime, before we start this episode, I do want to remind you guys that in order to make sure that we can continue giving you excellent content, we need to make sure wherever you're listening to this that you like, comment, and hit the notification button. It helps us, and subscribe to us. It helps us make sure that we can continue to produce high-quality content here at 13 Rings, an NFC East podcast. That being said, I have Mao, I have Maurice, I have Earl. Guys, we're back after the fantasy football draft. How you guys feel about your teams afterwards?
Well, I feel good.
I'm feeling good. Yeah, I feel pretty good too.
How are you, Lucas, and your soul?
Well, my soul's intact. Well,
okay. Don't
as much
ever,
as it can.
I repeat, ever offer it again. You hear?
Well, I will say, what was I going to say? I did make one move with my roster. I added the Turpin guy from your team, Earl.
Cavante Turpin?
Remember, because punt returns and kickoff returns do count towards fantasy points here.
I am aware, sir.
So that's why I picked him up. I might end up dropping one of my kickers and picking up the wide receiver that I did drop to get him back, because I do think that he has upside too. That being said, we are recording tonight because we are doing our our season predictions of each team's record. And just like last year, we will make sure that we follow up for this each week of the regular season, see who's right, who's wrong. That being said, we're going to start out with the biggest state. Everything's bigger down there in Texas with the Dallas Cowboys. Earl, I know you must be excited to have CD back signed on his extension.
Wait, I'm going first?
Yes, sir.
Oh, shit, I had to change it up. Okay.
Yes, sir. I figured you would be okay with that.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's fine. Like, okay. I'm cool with it.
So let's go ahead and start with Dallas.
Just making sure I got everything that I need here. Oh, you did change it, you sly fella, you.
Sly fella. Oh, shucks. Stop it. Well, anyway, Earl, I figured you would enjoy doing this, so let's start with week 1 against the Browns.
Cleveland Browns. Yes, sir. After looking at this schedule, it was one that I said that needed to be tough. It really was going to be an eye test to see how this team was going to execute, especially with having a second year under McCarthy calling the offense and having Mike Zimmer first year coaching the defense. I see there's a lot of upside with this team overall, and we took a detrimental hit with Deron Bland out the next couple of weeks. So my win predictions kind of changed a bit on it, but in week 1, I have the Cowboys losing to the Browns, but in a very close matchup.
All right, Mao and Maurice. What do you guys have for for that matchup?
Yeah, so I have the Cowboys losing opening week to the Browns. Browns are a tough team. I think it all kind of depends on how Deshaun Watson shows up and plays, but they got a really tough defense. And with
that's the main focal point.
Yeah, with a relatively newer offensive line, I just think that defense is going to come out on top. So I got the Cowboys taking an L.
Maurice?
Ooh, a lot of things in flux in Dallas right now. CD's basically going to get 1 week of practice. Dak is going to be Dak. We don't know what the running game is going to look like. I'm going to go with a loss as well.
Yeah, I'm going to round it out and do a straight flush here, and we're all going to have L's here for week 1 for Dallas. Everything that you guys said, I just think Cleveland has a better defense. Their offense is a little bit more organized. As long as Watson can stay healthy, they're going to be a problem in the AFC North. So that being said, week 2 against the New Orleans Saints. I was about to say Pelicans.
It's football, Lucas, not basketball.
I know.
All right, week 2. play against the New Orleans Saints. This is our first home game of the season. I actually have them beating the Saints in their home opener.
I got a
Mal.
W as well.
Okay.
I have a W as well.
This could be a toss-up game, but I'm going to be nice and give you
Really?
a W too.
I don't think the Saints are that good.
I mean, Derek Carr's not bad when he has a good offensive line. He didn't have a good one last year. I think they upgraded a little bit.
Yeah. He's middle tier QB.
Hey, if you have a good team around him, like a good built team, you're not going to lose because of him.
That's a good way to put it. Okay.
Yeah, I think that's a fair way to put it. So let's go to week 3 against the Baltimore Ravens.
Okay. I might take backfire with this, but we'll see. With week 3 against the Baltimore Ravens, it's the second home game of the season. At this point, I'm really anticipating on seeing how this defense for Dallas goes against Baltimore, especially with their rushing attack and Lamar Jackson. And I really think Dallas really needs that signature win to be able to win the team over, especially with Zimmer coaching them. And at this point in the season, there's got to be a game that would definitely be a signature win for them to at least build confidence. So I actually have them pulling an upset on the Ravens and winning week 3.
Wow. Anybody else have them winning week 3? Mal, Maurice?
I do not have the Cowboys winning week 3. I think the Ravens will come out on top of that one. I do think it'll be a close game, but for the same reason that I had against them losing to Cleveland, I have them losing to Baltimore. Strong safety with Kyle Hamilton. Their cornerbacks are looking promising. I think the problem is going to be Dallas's run game. I don't think they're going to take advantage enough of running the ball because Baltimore's defense is they have a really good run defense. So I got Baltimore winning this one.
Maurice?
I have the Ravens winning this as well. I just think the Ravens are the better team.
Yeah, I'm going to have the Ravens winning this as well. I mean, so 3 L's and a W.
All right, any given Sunday. I'm going to move over to week 4 against the New York Giants. It's going to be a Thursday night game. But what I've seen from Dallas overall at this point, most of y'all are taking them losing. They're going to utilize that as fuel, and they're going to defeat the Giants in New York.
All right, Mal, Maurice?
They're losing. We don't beat Dallas. They own us. Dak owns us. L
Case
for the
closed.
Giants. L for the Giants, W for Cowboys.
Okay.
Yeah, W for the Cowboys as well.
I'm going to actually go loss here, and I think
Wow.
it's a trap game. Look, Mal,
We have not beat Dak. We have not beat him.
Since
You have-
2016.
Wait a minute. Before you go, Lucas. So you're actually saying Daniel Jones is going to beat the Cowboys?
Ooh, am I saying that? Am I saying
Giants.
that?
If you have the Giants,
You
winning,
are.
beating the Cowboys.
You know what? I take it back. Cowboys are going to win.
No,
I
you
can't-
stand on it.
that's
You stand
real
on it.
That's hate.
stand on
no.
it.
I am allowed to
Stand
change
on
my
it.
mind, okay? I am allowed to
Stand
change
on
my
it.
No,
The Daniel Jones hate overtakes his Cowboys hate.
it's not Daniel
It does.
Jones hate. It's Daniel Jones actualization. That's what's going on here.
You know what, Lucas? If that was the case that happens, I want you to buy a Daniel Jones jersey.
First off, you think I'm made of money. Secondly, no. Thirdly, no.
You think I'm made of money?
You can buy me a Daniel Jones jersey, and you know what I'll do with it? I'll send it up to Mal.
Huh, when Major Tutty
Actually,
fly.
Actually, no. I'll
already
send
have
it up to
one, and I
Becca.
want it with
Becca would want it.
I think she already owns a jersey of Daniel
She
Jones.
gets another one.
Yeah, I'm going to assume she has a Daniel Jones jersey.
I don't know. I might do the throwback. You never know.
All right. Well, anyway, let's go to week 5, Earl.
We go to Pittsburgh, and that is a Sunday night game. I actually have Dallas going into Pittsburgh and winning that game.
All right. Another
I have
W.
them winning. Yeah, I have them winning that game too. I think the quarterback situation in Pittsburgh is not that good, and offensively they haven't really upgraded this offseason, so I'm giving Dallas a W there.
Maurice?
Dallas a W as well. They yesterday, or I think it was today, as it is recorded, they named Russell Wilson the starting quarterback. So, with that said, they're still going to lose to the Cowboys.
If it was Justin Fields, would you give the Pittsburgh Steelers a better chance?
I would, yes.
I wouldn't.
Well, there's only one team that I hate more than the Cowboys, and that's the Steelers. So I'm going to give you guys the win.
I understand the reasoning.
Yes, sir. All right. Week 6.
Week 6, we come back home against the Detroit Lions. And last year, that matchup was very close. This matchup, I actually have the Lions winning in Dallas.
Okay. Mal?
I actually have the Cowboys winning here.
Oh.
The reason I do is because, like you said, last year was such a really good matchup. I don't foresee it being anything but again this year. I just think Dallas is going to come back on top based on how well they perform at home. So I got Dallas.
Maurice?
If this was in Detroit, I would give it to Detroit. I'm going to give this one to Dallas. It's a tough matchup, though.
Wow, I'm actually going to side with Earl on this one. I think this one's a loss. I think Detroit has continuity. They got better on the defensive side. Dallas, questionable.
And the only reason why I did that is because the Lions have some really good receivers, and Deron Bland is still coming off
he's going to
injury.
be out.
He's going to be out, and I think that might take a hit, especially with their secondary. Like, I'm not knocking the secondary just because Bland's there. They went from elite to good. But when he's out there and doing his thing, they're elite. So I think this is going to be a learning still for Kalen Carson, especially in this matchup where he'll be probably matched up against Amon St. Brown or Jamison Williams. And those two guys, they are ballers. So I really think that for him, it might be a tough matchup, especially with those boys. So I actually have them losing this game going into their bye week.
I was about to say, you guys had the same bye week from last year, too. That feels very unfair.
I mean, that's...
Aren't we supposed to have different bye week? I mean, okay. Well, going into week 8 then, skipping week 7, going into week 8, you guys play the 49ers.
Yes. For some reason, they always like sending us to Santa Clara. I don't get it. I guess they just really just despise Dallas. But I actually have Dallas coming off the bye week with a loss in this matchup. It's also a Sunday night game. It's one where the Niners have been their demons for so long. And I think at that point, Dallas is still going to be looking for that signature win. So I actually have them losing.
I should point out that Earl already has the Cowboys losing 3 games up by week 8. He didn't have the Cowboys losing a single game until week 13 last year.
Things change.
Eye test.
Maurice, go ahead.
I have them winning this one.
You have them winning against the 49ers?
Yes.
Okay.
I simply think the Cowboys are due for a win. I mean, when was the last time you guys beat the 49ers? Do you know offhand?
I think it was 2020.
All right, we're not that long.
And like a famous 90s band used to say, it's been a while. Mal.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yes, it's going to be one of those matchups where Zimmer, he knows how to play a Kyle Shanahan offense. And it's going to be one of those that's going to be a close matchup. It's not going to be like a blowout like last year. But I still have them coming up short in this matchup just because in San Francisco and they still got CMC.
Fair enough.
So do we all think Ayuk is going to stay with the 49ers?
I hope not, but I'm just being
hopeful. It might be, but if he doesn't play, then that might swing my L to a dub, depending. But if he's there, I got them losing.
I mean, the only way I see the 49ers losing is if Ayuk's still causing, he's not there anymore, or Trent Williams is still causing, there's problems with injuries or something like that. But fully healthy, the 49ers should win. Week 9, Earl, you guys go to Hotlanta.
Yep. and that is going to be a W for the Cowboys.
Mal?
I got a W too.
Maurice?
W.
And I'm going to say W for now, but I have to see what Atlanta looks like fully healthy going into week 1.
That's fair.
Because they could be like a surprise team. Next game, week 10, going to Philly.
No, Philly come to Dallas.
Oh, you're right. Philly does come to Dallas.
And it's going to be a CBS game. That's definitely
weird.
a first. Yeah, that's definitely weird.
All right. So what are they doing?
I'm going to give Dallas the dub with this one at home against the Eagles.
Ooh. Mal?
Yeah, I got Dallas winning this one at home too.
Maurice?
We split. Last year we won at home. The Cowboys won at home. So the Cowboys will win this one.
Okay. I am actually going to give the Cowboys an L here. I just think the Eagles' talent is... There's such a deep... Like, top-end talent equal, but the depth on the Eagles just outranks the Cowboys at this point, in my opinion.
We'll see about it.
All right. Week 11.
Monday night game. The Battle of Texas teams. The Houston Texans against the Cowboys. I have Dallas losing this game.
Ooh, losing a little brother. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Any particular reason? Sorry, go ahead, Matt.
No, I was saying I got an L for them too. I got an L for Dallas on this one too.
Okay. Maurice?
I think we all agree the Texans are on the rise. They got a lot of young talent on that team. This is a tough one. Wait, are they home or away?
It's
going to be in Dallas. Well, in Dallas, basically.
Yeah. Okay.
Texas.
Ooh. I'm gonna go Texans.
Yeah, so we all have L's across the board there because I do too. Week 12 in DC. And I believe that is the the Sunday before Thanksgiving. So, Earl, what's the deal?
W.
Mal?
W for Dallas.
Maurice?
W.
Yeah, I'm going to give you all W too. I don't like it, but if we're being honest. All right.
Yeah, I just think it's going to be personal this season.
Yeah, it does feel personal a little bit. And we don't. I'm looking at our roster. We don't have a team to contend in the NFC East. We have no problem. Like, if we're fourth in the NFC East, so be it. Like, it is what it is.
Just me and you've been fighting back and forth for that for years now. It's not anything new.
Yeah, it's not anything new. Hopefully that will change the next 2 or 3 years for us anyway. Week 13, Thanksgiving 4:30 game. Gobble, gobble, Earl.
Gobble, gobble.
Who you got? You guys are going to... No, you guys are hosting the Giants.
Yes. And I'm going to give that a W.
Mal?
W Dallas. Dak owns us.
Maurice?
W.
I will also give a W. That just seems a little bit too picture perfect there. All right, next game. Home against Cincinnati.
Monday
Sunday
night game.
No, Monday night game. Yeah.
Yep.
What's
this
going
one,
on?
With their schedule on Thanksgiving and that 3-game stretch, I think this is going to sit well with Dallas going forward, especially down to at least getting to the very end. I actually have them beating the Bengals on Monday night.
Okay. Mal?
I have a W for Dallas as well. I don't think the Bengals defense is strong enough to kind of take care of that CD Dak connection. So I'm going to go with Dallas as well.
Maurice?
I'm going to go Bengals.
Okay.
Yep, and I'm also going to join you there. I just think, despite losing Tyler Boyd, they're just so prolific offensively, and Joe Burrow is one of those guys.
And they got to sign Chase.
Yeah, but he'll get there eventually.
Okay.
Week 15 in Carolina.
A rematch of last season. I'm going to give Dallas the W in that one.
Mal,
W.
Maurice,
W.
and I will also give them a W. All right. Next one. Week 16, home against the Buccaneers.
Yes. I'm gonna give Dallas the W against the Buccaneers. I think at that point in time, I feel the offense is gonna be clicking, and CeeDee Lamb's gonna be doing his thing. But I think Jalen Tolbert is gonna be the second best receiver on the team. Everyone's thinking it's gonna be Cooks, especially with his deep threat ability. But I think it's time for Tolbert at that point in time to step up to be that wide receiver 2.
Mal
Yeah, W.
and Maurice.
W.
I'm actually going to give you guys the L here. It feels like you guys need to lose a game that you should win, and this feels like a trap game for you guys.
Not the same team, bro.
We'll see. Week 17 in Philly. Earl, what happens?
Dallas lose that game against Philly.
All right. Mal?
Dallas loses.
Maurice?
Loss, L.
I'm also going to give an L. That's L's all around. And then week 18 is home against the Commanders. I'm going to guess that everybody's going to say a W just because you all hate me.
Yeah, I'm saying W.
I can't. I like you, Lucas. You my brother from another mother.
Yeah, we
can't
like
stand
you.
Washington. I can't stand Washington. I hate them clowns. I hate them football wizards. I got Dallas winning this game and securing up the division, have them finishing it out 12-5. And I want them to hit that 500 mark, especially in the NFC East division. They're at 495 with their wins. I want them to get that 500 mark.
That's not unheard of, Earl. That's really realistic.
It was more realistic than last season's.
Yeah.
All right. I'm tallying up the win totals right now. Earl has them at 12-5. I have them at 8-9.
Jeez.
Mal has them at 12-5. And Maurice, you have them at also 12-5. All right, so majority consensus says 12-5. Fair enough. Let's get to the Giants here. Now, Mal, has anything changed, swayed you from prior to what are your vibes going into the season for the Giants before we get started here?
Vibes are no expectations. I'm just trying to have fun because I'm tired of being upset about it. So
You're
hoping
tired
the
of being
hoping
here, guys.
for the best, expecting the worst.
See, guys, she's tired, and now you're making me think of that one lady from the Mel Brooks movie that was like, "I'm so tired."
Tired. No, for real. I am. Like, honestly, I'm realistic about the situation. You guys will see in my predictions.
I feel like Mal's going to have
Grandpa,
the hardest.
That's too darn bad.
That's me. That's what the Giants do to me, for real.
Well, that's fair enough. But let's go ahead and start with week 1, Mal, and that is home against Minnesota.
So week 1 against the Vikings. J.J. McCarthy is out for the season. Sam Darnold is the quarterback. Jordan Addison is suspended 6 games. I got the Giants winning week 1.
He got suspended.
I didn't know Addison public substance or
the DUI, yeah.
Oh, the DUI, yeah. Yep. Okay, that's deserved then. Okay, Maurice.
Ooh,
it's going to be an ugly game.
Yeah, but Giants will start off with a W. I'll give them a W.
Okay. I'm not going to be kind. I'm going to give you guys an L.
You monster.
Earl? I am. Okay.
I actually got the Giants winning week 1.
Okay. Fair enough. Week 2 in DC. Does DC finally break the curse, or does Daniel Jones continue to own us for some reason?
So, Giants own the Commanders like Dak owns the Giants. Giants are winning week 2.
Okay. 2-0 start for Mal.
Giants
Maurice.
going 2-0. Okay.
Oh, just wait. It's
She's like, it's coming.
The
Just
downfall.
wait.
It's on the way.
wait.
Commanders Giants. I'll go Giants W.
Okay.
Sorry, Lucas.
No, it's okay. I'm gonna give us. You know what? It's a home game. It's our home opener. New vibes, new love. I'm gonna give us the W there, so you guys get the L on that one. Earl.
I actually got Washington winning this game.
Yay!
Not because of you.
Oh. All right. Next one, we got Cleveland versus going to Cleveland.
L Giants.
Dang. Okay. No explanation there, just an L.
No explanation, just an L.
Okay, Maurice.
Yeah, loss.
All right, I also have a loss here, and Earl.
It's the letter of the day.
L. Okay, and then week 5, home against Dallas. I think we all said in that
Dallas
one,
is
week
winning
4.
that one.
Yep. So we all have L's for week 4 as well. All right, week 5.
So week 5, I actually have the Giants beating the Seahawks for once.
In Seattle?
In Seattle.
Okay, sleepless in Seattle. Yep.
And here's my my reasoning for that. We honestly should have beat them last year if Daniel Jones just paid attention for a second. I think
That
he'll
is
pay
true.
attention.
That is
I
true.
think we'll win this.
Let's go. So Mal said when Maurice.
Win.
I will also give a win. No, I like Gino. You guys have lost. Okay.
I'm persuaded you're going to make us go 0-17, Lucas. At this point.
I will not. I will give you guys a win eventually, somewhere here. Oh, I see a win. There it is. Sorry, I had to. Okay, I was thinking about that fish that guy that insurance commercial where the guy was like, "Oh, you can get it," and he's using the fishing pole and stuff. That's what I was.
Gotta be
thinking.
quicker than that.
Yep. All right, Earl.
I actually have the Giants losing this game, but
Okay.
losing by a field goal.
All right, and then week 6 is the Bengals. Mal, what you got?
L.
Maurice.
L.
I have an L as well, and Earl.
L.
All right, that was easy. Week 7 in Philly. What we got here, Mal?
You know what it is.
Really? No, I thought it was in New York.
Oh, it is in New York. You're right. My bad.
Okay, yeah, that's important. We're winning that game, man.
Maurice?
You want to know why?
Stand on it.
Because you know what? Saquon Barkley, home
Ooh.
returner,
You mean broccoli.
and
Broccoli.
we are going to be fired up, and I just got a feeling about it. And it's also my birthday weekend, so I refuse to accept a loss, so this is just biased. So we're winning.
Okay,
Okay.
Maurice.
Yeah, our team's gonna be fired up too, and we're the better team. So yeah, that's L.
Okay, L. I'm going to actually side with Mal on this one. I think it's a win.
Wow, Lucas gave me a win.
I told you there was going to be 1 or 2.
Guys.
All right, Earl.
I actually have the Giants winning this game. It's going to be personal because Saquon Barkley is going to be coming back to New York. There's going to be a lot of boos. They're going to be hating on his brother.
You got to make a
and
meme out
everything.
of this.
Wait, what?
The Saquon broccoli thing. We got to make a meme out of this. We got to tell Becca about this.
Put it on a T-shirt.
Yes.
But I believe the Giants are going to win, especially for Mal on her birthday. It's definitely rewarded and needed.
All right. Moving on. Week 8. Monday night in Pittsburgh.
This one's tough for me. I'm going to say we're in Pittsburgh.
Yep.
Hell.
Maurice.
Loss.
I am going to give you guys the win because I don't like Pittsburgh. So.
That's a biased pick. I'll take it, though.
And Earl.
I'm going to give the Giants the win. They're going to be on a little win streak coming up on my end.
All right. Oh, wait a second. No, they ain't. No, sir. Actually, we've already decided week 9, didn't we? No, we didn't. All right, week 9.
Did not.
DC in
New York.
New York. Mal against DC. What we got?
W.
Maurice.
W.
Sadly, because it's in New York, I'm gonna give you guys a W. And Earl.
W.
All right, so me and Earl have them on a 3-game win streak each right now. And then I think that's probably going to continue because you have the Panthers week 10. Mal, what do we got?
Germany.
W. International W.
International. Do you know you get to go to the Deutschland? That's what the Germans call it. Not Germany, Deutschland. Anyway, Maurice.
Wow, the Giants were on a 4-game winning streak. Couldn't believe it, but it's gonna happen. The Panthers stink.
This is a W.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, but you guys get a midseason win streak. W. And Earl.
W.
All right. Week 11 is a bye. So week 12 is now against the at home against the Buccaneers.
So probably an L. I'm gonna go L.
Okay, L. Maurice.
L.
I also have them having an L. And Earl.
What's the first letter in your name, Lucas?
L.
Case closed.
Yeah. All right. Week 13 in Dallas. I think we all had you guys. Let's see, week 13. Yep, we all had you guys losing, so we can just mark that in there. Week 14. Let's see here. We have you guys playing against the Saints. What we got, Matt?
Giants are taking the W that weekend because I'm gonna be in the building. All right.
Oh, snap. So there's a bias pick.
Oh, snap. Yep.
They winning that weekend. Also, Saints are all right. I think that we could take them. I got a W on the Saints.
Maurice?
Giants Saints. I'm
like
sorry, Mal. I think it's going to be a W.
They're also coming.
W for who?
Oh, I said L for Giants.
Oh, L for Giants.
They're also coming to New York during the cold time, and Southern people, they don't like the cold, so.
Yeah, that's
also a
true,
fact.
but I trust Derek Carr more than it does trust Daniel Jones, so it's an L for me.
Honestly, you're wild for that. But
I'm not. Derek Carr has made a Pro Bowl before.
What has he done since?
So that's what we have to base it off of, Lucas.
I
Lucas,
mean,
what has he done
numbers
since?
are just better too, but okay.
I can't agree with that.
Lucas,
But-
what has he done
looked at his
since?
receiver
Has he
stats
done
versus
for me
Daniel
lately?
Jones? You know what? No, we're getting off track here. Okay, so what you got?
You ain't answer my question.
What was your question?
You said he got a Pro Bowl. What year did he get it, and what did he do afterwards?
Oh, I don't remember that, Earl. I just know that he has one. Okay, I'm not an AFC West guy. Okay.
Okay. So you got them. You got the Saints winning.
Yes.
I got the Saints losing.
You just doing that to spite me now.
No, I wrote. Look, when I said I had this typed out 4 weeks ago, I meant that. I don't care about Derek Carr. He looked like a pirate anyway.
Well, he was a Raider originally.
Yeah, it fit perfectly.
Ahoy. Anyway, so now we have week 15 home against the Ravens.
That is a giant L.
That is a giant L. Maurice.
False.
I already have a loss there too. Earl, I'm assuming you're going to say loss as well.
Do I need the answer?
Technically, yes, according to the buy code set down by the brothers Bartholomew and all that stuff from Pirates of the Caribbean. You have to answer.
Yeah, I think it's going to be the score when they played them in the Super Bowl.
They never. Wait a second. Did they?
Yeah, we did. We played them in the Super Bowl.
Oh.
2001. Yeah.
Who was? Okay.
Yeah, it was bad.
It was bad.
I was barely alive, but yes, it happened.
All right. Week 16 is against the Atlanta Falcons.
Dirty Birds.
In Atlanta.
I don't know how I feel
Atlanta.
about the Falcons. I don't know enough about them, I feel like.
Yeah, that's the kind of why I gave the default for Earl against that matchup. But like honestly, the Falcons could be a problem.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I'm just going to go with an L because I don't know enough about them, and they're probably going to beat us. So, yeah, L.
Maurice.
Yeah, L. Kirk Cousins, B. John Robinson, Drake London, Kyle Pitts. Yeah.
Yeah, I got an L too. Earl.
Look, Kyle Pitts needs to step up. I already know what Bijan Robinson can do. We'll see if Kirk Cousins can stay healthy. If not, maybe see Michael Penix. Don't know. But I actually have the Giants winning this matchup against the Falcons.
Wow.
Mm.
Heard that.
That
And
was not
Kyle
a-
Pitts need to step up too.
Fair enough. Yeah. Well, he's on Chris's fantasy team, so actually we don't need him to step up. That being said, week 17, home against the Indianapolis Colts and Anthony Richardson.
I'm going to give the Giants the W on this one.
Interesting. Maurice?
Yeah, I'm going to go L.
I'm going to also go with the big old L. And Earl.
W.
Really?
Yeah, I think at that point in time with Anthony Richardson and he's got Jonathan Taylor, I feel like the defense for the Giants, they're going to be fighting to at least try to get into the postseason. And I believe that defense is going to, especially the front four, is going to cause problems.
Okay. All right. And week 18 is against, I believe, Philly in Philly. Matt, what you got?
Yeah, I'm going to go with an L on this one. It's kind of tough because I think the Eagles are going to be in a position to sit their starters. But if I'm going to go off that they're going to play their starters, so I'm going to say L.
Maurice?
Yeah, that's the tricky thing. If the starters play, no one's sitting, resting for the playoffs, the Eagles win.
Okay, and Earl? I already got an L.
L.
Okay, cool. So, Mal has the Giants going. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 8 and 9. I think that's optimistic. Maurice has the Giants going on 5 and 12. I have the Giants 4 and 13. And Earl has the Giants going 8 and 9 as well. Earl and Mal have been matching both times so far in total scores.
I gotta say this: if you're a Giants fan, if you're not competing for a wild card, you want to lose games. It's time to move on from Daniel Jones. You need to get a high pick and get a draft, and a high pick for a quarterback in the draft.
I don't think it's cool to just flat out tank. Giants just gotta go out there and play. Make every game count. Yeah, I don't think y'all should just flat out just lay down and just take L's. Y'all need to go and fight in earnest to prove a case. Because for what I know, Daniel Jones got a chip on his shoulder. He could actually reverse the clock and be like, hey, like they paid the right quarterback. You never know. I'm just saying in general, because for a quarterback, he's got to get his morale. He's got to get his courage. And hopefully he can gain some of his courage back. But it's determined on him. But there's also a team to pick him up as well. So if y'all just let him get hit and stuff like that and don't have confidence, then I feel y'all wasted the season not giving it y'all.
No, that's fair. Well, on that note, let's go ahead and move on to the Commanders. I feel like I'm gonna be very disappointed with some of y'all's list. I might be disappointed with my own list based off of because I've already transcribed the predictions that we had for the Giants and Cowboys on here, and I am not liking what I'm seeing. So, that being said, let's go ahead and get started here. Week 1, we play in Tampa. I think we lose that one, if I'm being honest. I think we lose that one. Earl?
I actually have y'all winning that one.
Oh, well, thank you.
Not because of you.
I know. You don't need to say that. I get it. I can say thank you, though. Matt, what do you think?
L.
Maurice?
L.
We already got week 2 done. Me and Earl have wins. Mal and Maurice have losses against the Giants at home. Week 3 is on the road against Cincinnati. Even if we lose that one. Earl?
I gave y'all the L.
Yeah, that's fair. Mal?
L.
Maurice?
L.
All right. Week 4 at Arizona. We won there last year. I'm going to hope that it continues, and I'm going to give us a W. Earl?
W.
Mal?
W.
Maurice?
W.
All right. Week 5. We are home against Cleveland. I think we're going to surprise Cleveland. I feel like they're not going to be ready for us, and I'm going to give us a W. Earl?
I gave y'all a L.
Mal?
L.
Maurice, go ahead.
L.
Week 6, we're playing in Baltimore. That's an L.
Jeez.
That's how
I'm
I
honest.
feel.
I look. I can admit when we're outmatched. Earl,
L.
Mal,
L.
Maurice.
You already
L.
know.
All right, week 7. We are playing home against Carolina. That's a W. Earl,
W.
Mal,
W.
Maurice.
I'll give you a W.
All right. Mal and Maurice stingy on the W's so far. All right, week 8. Commanders are hosting Caleb Williams and the Chicago Bears. I have Jaden Daniels beating Caleb Williams, showing him up why he should have been the first overall pick. I got us with the dub. Earl?
I give y'all a dub, and it's for Daniel Jones.
Stop.
Wow.
Mal?
L.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I do. I mean, listen, Caleb is looking good. At least he has so far, and he's got some good weapons.
I think
Yes.
I think the pressure of expectation will get to him.
Maybe.
I mean,
Yeah,
nah,
I don't think. Well, I picked Commanders to win, but I think if Caleb Williams starts running around, I don't think he's gonna do it, especially with Frankie Louvu and Dante Fowler and those guys running off the edge. So it just depends. But I
Okay.
have them winning.
Maurice, you
Well-
have who winning? Earl, that's right. Earl has the Commanders winning. Or Maurice, who do you have?
I have the Commanders losing.
Wow, you and Mal are stingy. Okay,
Bears are
well,
a
week
better
9,
team.
they're in New York. We all say they lost. Week 10, we are home against the Steelers. I got us beating the Steelers because I don't like the Steelers, and you know what? Bump them. Earl, what you got?
I actually have you guys winning, but wearing your all black unis against them.
Are we? Is that an all black unis game? I don't remember. Anyway,
I don't know.
Mal,
Maybe.
W.
Maurice.
In solidarity, I will go W.
Thank you. At least we can agree on there we go. That wasn't that hard now, was it?
Yep.
Week 12, week 11. We are away in Philly. We give Philly quite a problem. I'm going to give us a win in Philly as an upset. Earl, we almost upset you with Sam Howell last year. Just saying.
Only counts in horseshoes and grenades.
Yes, I know.
This one's also gonna be close. It's gonna be Quinn against Kellen Moore, and we've seen how this goes. But I think with the, but I think with the weapons, I actually have you guys losing this matchup. But don't worry.
All right. Mal,
L.
Maurice.
L.
All right. Week 12, we all have L's, and it's a home game against Dallas. Week 13, we host the Tennessee Titans. I got us winning that one because I do not believe in Will Levis as a franchise quarterback. What you guys got? Earl?
W.
Mal?
W.
Maurice?
W.
All right, week 14 is a bye. Week 15, we are away in New Orleans. I can see New Orleans beating us. I'm going to give us an L.
L.
Hell.
LL.
Dang. All right. Week 16, home against the Eagles. You guys are going to win that one. If we steal one on the road, we're going to split a series. I think you guys beat us at home. Earl.
W.
Oh, okay. Mal.
W.
Oh, okay. Maurice.
L.
Okay.
No, wait. The first matchup I gave you the L, right?
Yeah.
I'll say W. Because we really do. For whatever
Y'all got
reason.
some close matchups too.
Yeah.
The Commanders always gives us problems.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I'll give you a W on that one.
Home against Atlanta. I don't know. I'm going to give us the L there. I don't feel comfortable against Atlanta. Earl.
W.
Really? Okay. Mal.
L.
Maurice.
L.
All right. So I have the Commanders going 8-9. All right. And then Earl has them going 9-8. Earl actually gave us a better record than I gave. Dang. Ye of little faith. All right.
Not by
Mal
choice.
gave us. Now this is where it's going to start hurting. Mal gave us a record of 5-12.
Dang.
And then
I don't think
Maurice.
it's gonna be that bad.
I was like, what?
I don't think it's gonna be that bad.
I'm counting
Yo,
the L's. It's easier for me to count the
I
L's.
thought he was gonna get to 14, and I was like, "Yo, I did not do that, did I?"
All right, now hang on. We gotta get to Maurice here too. 5-12 as well. All right. So that's that. Look, if we can get to 8-9, 9-8, that would be great. But if it was not inconceivable to go 5-12 either. Let's be real on that.
I think y'all could probably get that last playoff spot.
If we go
One of
the
those
record
games,
that you gave us,
could shift
absolutely.
in your favor. I think one of those games will shift in your favor. You're gonna need a lot of help, but I think y'all might get that last spot if it did push come to shove.
I mean, that would be awesome.
I just mean that in honesty, especially with what Quinn is trying to assemble and stuff like that. Your defense is gonna surprise y'all, especially with just the guys in general.
I'm just worried about the cornerback room. Like the safety room, I'll deal with. The defensive tackles and defensive ends, they're solid. Linebackers great, but corner, that is where we are struggling.
Hey, bro, it's a long season. Anything y'all can hit the switch. Like any of our teams can hit a switch late because it's pretty much 18, 17 games. So at some point it could get hot, it could get cold, but your main goal is to get to the end of the season hot. Mm-hmm. So it's just a determination factor. We'll see.
Yeah, well, we will definitely see. Moving, yeah, I think, like I said, if we can go 8-9, 9-8, I think that's definitely a really great season and far beyond my expectation. Like if we get 8 wins, that's like the high end hope for me. But honestly, between like 6 and 7 is probably more realistic. But I'm trying to be hopeful here. Not trying to be a Mr. Scrooge. But anyway, Maurice, any thoughts about the Eagles before we get started on them?
Yeah, pretty much we know what they're going to be. Like, really talented team, have some chemistry. Hopefully they right the wrongs from last season. Hopefully there's not anything going on, with the coach and dividing players in the locker room and all that. Hopefully you have a less turbulent season. I have the Eagles having a good record. I'll say that.
Okay. All right. And on that note, let's start with the Brazil game against the Packers.
This is the toss-up game of the season, basically week 1. You guys know how I feel about playing a home game in Brazil on a Friday night on Peacock.
Mm-hmm.
But with that said, I'm gonna give them the W.
You're gonna give them the W. I will. Ooh, I'm actually gonna give them the loss. I really like Green Bay and what they got going on. I really do. And their defense is solid, too. There's questions still around y'all's defense. I'm going to go there. I'm going to go with the Green Bay Packers. Earl?
I'm going to give the Eagles a L. I think with what the Packers have, especially with Josh Jacobs and them getting, I think it was not Bucking, Irving. They got another one of those running backs, but Josh Jacobs there adding a dimension, a healthier dimension than what Aaron Jones had with them last season. And especially with their receivers. I think they'll edge all by maybe a touchdown. And just a couple of question marks with the defense as a whole. But don't worry, that'll change.
All right, and Mal.
L.
And Earl, say that one more time. What was your prediction? I forgot to write it down.
I gave the Eagles a L.
Okay, so you gave the Eagles. So Earl, Maurice is the only one to win. Week 2 against Hotlanta. What do you got at home? What do you got?
W.
W. Okay, I will also give them a W here. I don't think Atlanta quite has everything figured out in week 2. All right, Earl, what do you got?
I was like, we didn't give our predictions yet, Lucas.
I forgot. I'm sorry. Look, I'm trying to write down
sir.
predictions that we've already done within the division here too. I'm doing multiple things,
I hear ya.
multitasking. Earl, what do you
I
got?
give the Eagles a win.
Mal?
W.
Okay, week 3. In New Orleans. Maurice, what do you got?
I have them with an L.
L. Interesting.
Yes.
Why?
One of them places, one of the few places the Eagles just do not perform well.
Superdome.
It's just one of them places, man. Can't explain it.
Okay, fair enough. I have them actually winning that one. And Earl?
W.
Mal?
W.
All right. Week 4 in Tampa Bay against the Buccaneers.
Revenge game from the playoffs last year. Eagles win.
Yeah, I'll give you guys the win here, too.
Revenge game indeed. W.
Mal?
L.
L?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, interesting. All right.
I'm a Floridian now, so I got to be nice to the Bucks.
Okay.
Oh.
Week 5 is a bye. Week 6 is home against Cleveland.
Early bye.
Yes.
Yeah, that's an early one. I got a home stretch after that.
Yeah. Cleveland week 6 at home. W.
Okay, you said W for Cleveland. I will also give you guys. Ooh, but their defense.
But they're on the road.
I'm gonna give you guys the L. All right, Earl.
I'm gonna give the Eagles a L.
Okay. Mal.
L.
Maurice. We have little faith. Are you with a lot of faith? I don't know. Week 7, besides Maurice, we all had L's. And that was on the road against New York. Week 8 is on the road against Cincinnati. Maurice, what you got?
W.
Ooh, that's a tough one. It's on the road. I'm going to give you guys an L.
W.
Mal?
W.
All right, week 9 is home against Jacksonville.
Sunday night.
Doug Peterson comes back to Philly. I'm going to give him a W.
I'm also going to give them the W.
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 All right. Week 10, I had you guys winning. The rest of you guys had them losing against the Cowboys on the road. In week 11, I had you guys losing. The rest of you guys had them winning home against the Commanders. Week 12, on the road against the Rams. Sunday night game.
Sunday night.
Yeah, this is a tough stretch right here because they play the Rams on the road, then they play the Ravens on the road. And this is going to be a tough one, but I think it's going to be an L.
I think it's going to be an L. I also agree with you. I think that's going to be an L. Earl?
W.
Mal?
W.
You said W? Okay.
W.
All right. 2 L's, 2 W's. And then on the road against Baltimore, what you got?
I have another L.
I also have another L. And I can guarantee you Mal's probably going to have an L too, but we'll wait on her. Earl.
L.
Mal.
L.
That's what I thought. All right. Week 14, home against the Panthers.
W.
I also have a W. Mal and Earl.
W.
W.
All right. Week 15 is home against the Steelers in Pennsylvania rivalry.
W.
W. Okay.
W.
I also have a W, and Earl has a W, and Mal.
W.
All right. And then I need to check the rest of the records here. Week 16, I had a loss. The rest of you guys had a win. So that means you guys have, I have you guys winning.
Oh, no, I had them losing.
The Commanders winning in week 16.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
My bad.
I have to flip
Sorry.
it. No, you're good.
Gotcha.
And then week 17, they play against Dallas. You guys have the roughest gauntlet at the end of the season. We had all losses in week 17, so that means you guys win week 17. And then week 18 is home against the Giants. And we all had L's, so that means you guys had wins.
I mean, the last 5 games of the season, after the Ravens, Panthers, Steelers, Commanders, Cowboys, Giants, all those games are winnable. I have them winning against the Cowboys,
So Maurice has the Eagles with a
13-4.
No, you have them, according to my count here, you have them 12-5.
Something might be off. They have them going 13-4.
Okay, let's run it through real quick. You have them winning week 1, week 2, losing week 3, winning week 4, winning week 6, winning week 7, winning week 8, winning week 9, losing week 10.
No. I had them losing week 10 against the Cowboys, and I had them winning 17.
You had the Cowboys winning week 10 and winning week 18.
No, I didn't say that. No, I said lost. They were at Dallas.
All right, so then I need to change that.
Yeah, I said we were
going to split. The Cowboys going 11-6. All right, so that was the discrepancy there. Okay, so you said 13-4. I feel like that's slightly optimistic there, Maurice. I had them going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10-7. Earl had them going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 11-6. Mal had them going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10-7. So it seems like, huh?
So you guys think the Cowboys are going to win the division?
No. Cowboys.
You all picked the Cowboys.
I picked the Cowboys going 8-9. Earl and Mal had them going 12-6. You had them going
12-5.
12-5, and Mal had them going. You had them going 11-6. So me and you have the Eagles winning the division.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Yes. So it's a 50-50 split there. Okay.
Okay.
And I believe Dallas can break the streak that's been going on since 2004.
But Maurice, you know what I've noticed interesting? You have the Commanders and Giants tied for the worst record in the division.
I mean, am I wrong?
Tied. I feel like one of us is going to pull away.
Oh, okay, who?
By one game.
I think the
Commanders
going 8-9, so I think it's pretty obvious there. But Mal also had the Giants going 8-9, so.
I mean, at the end of the day, we're all little homers.
A little bit. We tried to be objective, but this was fun. And like I said, we will revisit this.
My records were at the time.
We're all a little bit of homers.
Yeah. But I feel like we were a little bit more balanced this year versus last year. So, last year, let's see here.
Wait a minute, but last year I wasn't that far off.
Neither was Earl.
I was a game off.
You were 2 games off, Earl.
2. Okay.
Yeah.
Close
So
enough.
let's see. Last year I had the Commanders going
I had 14
9
and
and
3, I
8, so
think.
that was unrealistic.
I
Last
had
year
14 and
Mal
3, right?
had the Giants going 10 and 7.
That was really unrealistic.
Maurice had the Eagles going 3 and 13 last year.
Huh?
Yep.
You mean 13 and 3?
I mean 13 and 4. Sorry, 13 and 4.
3 and 13.
Good gracious! At that point, everybody needs to be
It's
fired
been
off
a
the
long
staff.
day. Anyway, 13 and 4 like this year. And then Earl like last year. Earl last year had his team going 14 and 3. So
I was on that Homer 8.
yeah, this
I
year
ain't on it now.
Earl has the
Ain't on it
Cowboys going 12 and 5, which is on par with Mike McCarthy. Mal has the Giants going 8 and 9, possible. I have the Commanders going 8 and 9, possible. And Maurice has the Eagles yet again going 13 and 4. If everything goes right, possible. Everything has to go right there, though.
Not necessarily. Everything went wrong last season for that record.
I mean, you guys still had a winning record, so, and it wasn't wrong until like week, what was it, 10, 11?
11, yeah.
So the first 11 weeks, you had nothing to complain about.
I really didn't, no.
Yeah. All right. That being said, Earl, let's take it away with team news.
Yes, we got NFC East team news, and I'm going to kickstart it. I think I'm first. Yep. I'm
You
first.
guys had a trade, right?
Yes, we did. We actually made a trade with the Kansas City Chiefs. We traded Peyton Hendershot over there for a 2026 conditional late round pick.
Yeah.
Also, we rounded out our 53-man roster. Lucas, did you want us to go over that or no?
No. We don't have time.
Okay.
You could just talk about the Dalvin Cook signing, though. That's kind of significant.
Okay, yeah. And we pretty much signed Dalvin Cook to the practice squad. I'm not sure if he has enough left in the tank. I believe he might have a little bit of juice left, but it's just a determination factor. They got 3 chances to bring him up from practice squad to the main roster. And from that, they will have the determination factor to sign him to the main roster or release him. But that's going to be something that I feel like they're going to finesse in a way for him. I really like the signing, especially if they're unsure of what Rico can do, especially health-wise, and the same with Ezekiel Elliott. I believe Deuce Vaughn is going to be that future running back for them, but with his height, it's just a determination factor to see how Mike McCarthy will utilize his running back room. But I really like bringing in Dalvin Cook, especially for assurance.
Okay.
The next news I have, they shored up their practice squad. Out of their practice squad, they basically brought back the guys that they had during training camp. They lost 2 guys. They lost Eric Scott Jr. to the Chiefs and lost safety Julius Wood to the Titans. That's pretty much all my news. Oh, also, CeeDee Lamb signed a contract. He has $100 million guaranteed, around 36 million for 4 years. I'm really happy that he was able to get that contract. He was truly deserving of it, long overdue. And I really believe if he didn't sign, it definitely wasn't because he definitely wants to have Dak Prescott wearing the star again. So that is a point where when we get there, we will get there. But CeeDee Lamb is back at camp. He's got to get himself implemented with the offense and being able to get game ready. Right now, I wouldn't rush him back just to get him going. Don't want to have any soft tissue injuries. And yeah, man, like I'm excited for him. He truly deserved every penny and he secured that bag. But I digress. Mal, do you have team news dealing with the Giants?
Yeah, so something big actually happened today, guys. The Giants unretired number 1, Ray Flaherty's number, for Malik Neighbors. Malik Neighbors got permission from the family. They approved of it. So, which is kind of crazy. A number has never been unretired in the NFL before. So I hope he lives up to his name because that would be kind of sad, especially on the 100th year anniversary. But we shall see.
He's got to own up to it.
Got on up to that. Also, Lucas, your boy, made the 53-man roster.
Yay! I'm glad that you brought it up. Yes, Bryce Ford.
What was the bet again?
There was a bet, wasn't
Sam
there?
Hartman isn't on the team anymore. What's he on the practice squad?
Yes.
Okay, so he's still technically on the team.
Yeah, I'll give it to you.
All right, so but yes, Bryce Ford Wheaton, he made the 53-man roster, so I knew you'd be excited about that. So I kind of had to let you know there.
Well, you know what? We will review the tape. We will. No, wait, that wasn't even the bet. It wasn't if they made the roster. It was the regular season. You know what? We got tape. We'll review it later.
Yeah, we'll definitely review it. And then in other news, the Giants picked up off waivers today Anthony Johnson Jr., sorry, from the Packers, safety. He was our only waiver claim. So we'll see how he does. He's going to start out on the practice squad, but good to have some depth in the backfield there. And I think that's really all I have for pertinent news. Lucas, you could take away.
Well, I do want to add that not Daniel Jones, Tommy DeVito did make the 53-man roster too. It seems like he is a Dable favorite.
Nice.
Just putting that out there.
But
hooray for cutlets.
So yeah, let's get to the Commanders. So a couple of interesting things happened. Earl, I know that you were asking about our defensive tackle. He is gone. Ridgeway's gone. John Ridgeway.
Yeah, I'm a little bit sad about that. I wanted guys to make that trade. I wanted Fat Nuggets.
Yes, well, we traded him to the New Orleans Saints we sent him and a 7th rounder to the Saints for a 6th rounder, which I feel like we should have gotten maybe a 5th rounder instead, but
I think it should have been a player for player.
Well, it opened up the roster spot, allowing them to sign, not claim off waivers, but sign Noah Brown. If Noah Brown can be healthy, he could be a good deep threat for us. So we'll see what happens there. I believe he's actually a former Cowboy too. And also, another thing is we are, FedEx and their partnership with us, but we have found a new naming partnership with Northwest Federal Credit Union. So now we are known as Northwest Stadium entering this season. So that's exciting. And
that's it? It's just Northwest Stadium?
Northwest Stadium?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It's only for that field, and the naming rights will not follow us to a new field. Should note that. And it's up for 8 years. It's up to 8 years, but it could be ended earlier if we move earlier than that.
All I know, they need to fix that turf.
Well, they spent a lot of money on the upgrades for the fan experience, so I can imagine they did it for the turf too. I mean, we tore down our quote unquote high school turf at our practice facility in Richmond. So if they did that for the practice facility, I can only imagine that they did it for the arena as well. That being said, I don't have exact news on that one, but I will say, last but not least, Marcus Mariota went from 0 to 18, which allowed our defensive ace, like your Sandersville, who we just drafted, to go to number 0, which is the right number he should be wearing. So I'm very happy about that. Happy that Marcus did the right thing and moved on from 0, because backup quarterback wearing 0 is just not that cool, if we're being honest. So
yeah, Lucas, and I think y'all got a steal with Mike Sanders still.
I think we do too. Man. I think so too. I really like Mikey Sanders still, and I think that that Noah Brown could end up being very good for us. So I'm happy about how that shaked out. I was surprised that guys like KJ Henry got waived, but him and Sam Hartman ended up on the practice squad, so that's a win. That being said, I'll pass it off to Maurice now. What you got, Maurice?
All right, 2 bits of team news for the Eagles. After we recorded, I guess it was the day after, the Eagles traded for Jahan Dotson.
Yes, we did not mention that in the draft. We did not. This was not the draft. He got traded before the draft pod, but we didn't mention this in the draft pod.
Yeah, we were talking about De'Ami Brown being the number 2 receiver.
Yeah.
So it seems like Jahan wanted out. I don't
know. There's not. My speculation was he was a former first-round pick. He probably still had value across the league. He wasn't going to be the number 2. So instead of having him being around the team and possibly making a stink about it, front office decided to go ahead and trade him.
Yes, they traded him for a third round pick.
3rd round and a 7th round for him and a 5th round. Yes.
Yes. I think it was a good trade for the Eagles. We have our receiver 3.
I think it was a good trade for us.
Yeah, well, let's see is it an upgrade or a downgrade to Noah Brown?
Well, I think for the type of offense that we're running, we needed a bigger body that could go outside and take the top off the deep, and that Jihad just really couldn't do that well.
Okay, all right.
Jihad's more of a route runner, which, for a third wideout in Philly, that could work out. Mm-hmm. Though I said it on the phone with you in the past, I think Johnny Wilson's still the better wide receiver. So,
well, as of the last 2 games, he's been on concussion protocol, so his ability to learn the offense has been a little stagnant the last couple of weeks just because of that. I guess Howie Roseman didn't want to go into the season with a rookie receiver 3 who really didn't know all of the offense. So I think it was a great trade for the Eagles. They had 2 third-round picks. They traded 1. So, they have their receiver 3 going into the season now, without a doubt. And other team news, after the 53-man roster was official, James Bradbury is still here, to my shock and amazement.
That is shocking.
Yeah, after the season he had last season, I would have thought he would have been gone, cut in the middle of the offseason. But he made the team, and we will see what he does, which is whether it's cornerback or safety. But he is on the final roster.
I was wondering if he was going to probably play safety.
Yeah, we will see. I don't know yet. The defense has been vanilla in the preseason, so we won't know what Vic Fangio does until the Week 1 game in Brazil. So that's the team news for the Eagles. Move on.
Fair enough. And I believe, Maurice, you're actually up first with the mailbag.
Yes, and the mailbag this week is brought to us by the New York Football Giants. So just one question this week, and it's to Mal. If the Giants do not make the playoffs, will you be ready to move on from Daniel Jones?
I've been ready regardless.
Oh, geez, it's like that?
I got a follow-up question to that.
Listen.
Wait a minute, though. I think this Daniel Jones thing with us goes back to, I think, episode 1.
I will not apologize.
Lucas said Daniel Jones was a fluke. Will you now agree that Daniel Jones has been a fluke? Or are you going to wait to see?
No, I never really thought that he was going to be anything spectacular in the first place. Like, listen, our 2 Super Bowls came from Eli, who was not really a spectacular quarterback. He was, he was very clutch, but he wasn't the talk of the top quarterbacks in that era. Still isn't. Is he a Hall of Famer? Yes, I believe that. But he wasn't anything that was that special coming out of college, and neither was Daniel Jones. The thing is that Daniel Jones just doesn't have it. We're in year 6 now. Eli Manning had 2 Super Bowls. I love that man. He is my GOAT forever of the Giants. But he wasn't spectacular when we first drafted him, and he really wasn't after he won his 2 Super Bowls. But I think that's what the Giants expected of Daniel Jones. When they drafted Daniel Jones, they drafted a mini Eli Manning. It didn't work out that way in any way, shape, or form. Eli found it in him to just have this crazy clutch gene where he was just on a tear in the playoffs. He was just a different quarterback in the playoffs. Daniel Jones, he had the 1 playoff win, but what else has the guy had in 6 years? At this point, Daniel Jones, I don't think will take us to the playoffs this year. I think that he's overstayed his welcome here in New York, and I wish him well when he does leave our team. But we got to do a fresh start, my honest opinion.
Preach a sister.
All right. I have a follow-up question to you, Mal.
Mm-hmm.
We get the whole thing with Daniel Jones, especially with do you move on from him? If y'all don't make the postseason, do y'all move away from Brian Dable?
No.
I think I asked that last week. She
Oh, you
said
did?
no. Yeah.
No. Joe Shane, maybe. Brian Dable, no.
Okay.
Okay. Fair enough.
That's the mailbag this week.
Goals.
So, Earl, it's your favorite time.
Yeah, you already know. You know. It's that. Who's that football player? Ding ding. Ah, my voice. Ugh. This football player played with the Dallas Cowboys back in the 1995 season. This football player had 6 interceptions for 124 yards with 2 touchdowns. His longest was 65 yards and 47 total tackles. His career awards: he made the All Rookie team, 3 time Super Bowl champion, and a 1 time Super Bowl MVP. Guys and gal, who's that football player?
Y'all know I can't answer this.
I have no idea.
I have no idea either.
Go ahead, Earl. Tell him.
The football player is Larry Brown. He played back in the early 90s under the Jimmy Johnson team. He played right alongside Kevin Smith, as well as later on with Deion Sanders. This cornerback was one that was unknown, and he worked his way up to the top. He played with one of the best against one of the best receivers in Jerry Rice, and stood toe to toe with him from time to time. He made 2 clutch interceptions in the Super Bowl game, their last Super Bowl win against the Pittsburgh Steelers, which secured him his Super Bowl MVP. This guy was very underrated. They really didn't think he was fast enough. They really didn't think he was strong enough or big enough. And for him to do what he did under a scheme that Jimmy Johnson had and carry that on for the next 5 to 6 seasons, even after the departure of Jimmy Johnson, I give credit where it's due. And I think with what Dallas have now, especially with young corner Kalen Carson, aka Waldorf, he has an opportunity to make a name for himself on this team in his rookie year. The coaches have faith in him, and he may have kind of a similarity to Larry Brown. Just gotta mold it together and play alongside the team. But Larry Brown is this week's Who's That Football Player? I digress.
Earl, who's Waldorf?
Well, that's his nickname.
No, but where's the nickname come from?
It's basically a German name under philosophy.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Means
No, I was just
philosophy within the village. So
curious.
he basically is one of those like lockdown corners, not afraid to get into the dirt and go up against one of the best receivers. In college, he this past season he locked down Keon Coleman at Florida State.
Oh, okay. All right. Cool. Well, moving on. Mal, you have your poll question.
Yeah, well, actually, I have two guys. I totally forgot. So let's do the poll question of the week first. And that was, will Dak Prescott be a Cowboy in 2025 or will he test free agency? Answers were a deal will get done or he hits free agency. A majority of people said a deal will get done. But according to Jerry today, not looking good this year. We're going to see. Go ahead, Earl.
They said the same thing about CeeDee Lamb, said there was no urgency.
Right, but it got done. So a majority of people think it'll get done. I personally think it'll get done, whether it's now or whether it's before 2025. But I think Dak will be a Cowboy moving forward.
And and I don't believe CeeDee Lamb would have signed if he didn't have an assurance that Dak Prescott would be here. So yeah, I believe a contract will get done. It's just a determination factor. They got about 10 days before week 1. So I would probably anticipate something either Friday or Monday next week.
All right, we shall see. And so our second poll question was actually, we mentioned this on the draft episode, guys. If you guys listened.
We didn't. Me and you talked about this after the draft episode.
We did. Okay, so all right, me and Lucas talked about this afterward. So is Daniel Jones the most hated starting quarterback in the NFL?
And before you give the answer, I just want to be like, first off, Maurice, the hate that I got on Slack, saying, "Oh well, Lucas had to have posted this one here." Come on now.
It
Come
was a
on.
Lucas. It was a Lucas Johnson question.
No,
It
it
was.
wasn't.
Sure.
It was a Mal Moreno question.
Damn, just rat her out.
Oof.
Am I wrong, Mal?
I'm losing my mind. No, I know that was hysterical, but yes, no, I did make the question. I brought that up.
I'm
I
sorry.
posted it, but she asked the question, and I was like, you know what? That would be a pretty good poll question.
Oh, you agreed to it.
Oh, that doesn't. Don't you do that to me,
Hey
sir.
man, you were already adding fuel to the fire, sir.
Yeah.
Hey, I can't. Don't.
It was the
fault
point
me
you were
for
about to
pointing
bring out
out
some
what was
marshmallows, sir.
the writing on the wall. Y'all are mad. You are acting like I did a sim for pointing out Daniel Jones's flaws to Mal. I am being a good friend. I am alerting her of the red flags. That is what I am doing. I'm watching.
You've been
out.
doing that literally since episode 1.
And I was right.
A year ago.
And I was right.
All right. Well, the answer to the question.
Yeah, that deserves to be a soundbite. The truth is in the pudding.
There you go. The answer to the question, no, it's Dak Prescott.
Oh
Thank
my
you,
God.
I would say it's both, but I have my reasoning. Like, there's fans that want to get rid of Dak Prescott for Trey Lance, and I just laugh at them. I'm just like, y'all really. Go ahead.
The only reason, Earl, I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you. The only reason why
you're good.
Dak is so hated in the league is because of that star on his helmet. No matter who your quarterback's going to be, they're going to flame you. It's like Aaron Judge. He's, you're a Yankee fan, Earl. Everybody hates on Aaron Judge because it's fun, because he's a Yankee. It's kind of, listen, and I've always praised Dak Prescott, so don't take this the wrong way. Even though Dak is not on Aaron Judge's caliber, in my honest opinion, they're hated for their team. Daniel Jones is consistently ranked 32nd in the league. Consistently. By everybody. Every single sports show literally laughs at Daniel Jones. Laughs at him. Calls him non-NFL caliber. I think the guy really is the most hated. And I think just from like a genuine hatred standpoint, but maybe if I said the least respected, it would probably go to Daniel Jones. Maybe not the most hated.
It would be close between him and Kyler Murray right now.
Yeah.
I haven't heard anything about Kyler Murray as of late, though.
Yeah.
As of late, okay, fair enough.
Like, there hasn't been hardly anything.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they've been.
That's a fair.
They've been on Daniel Jones like white on rice.
Oh, hold up. I got one. Zach Wilson.
Zach Wilson, I forgot he's even in the league.
See?
Yeah, he's still in the league.
See?
But you know what? I think if they were like better at processing the field better and making more of those key throws, they wouldn't talk about him as much.
Well, I think the problem is neither one of them lack arm talent. I think they have enough arm talent to be good quarterbacks.
And both got wheels.
I think it's the mental aspect of the game. But not trying to kick down a dead horse.
They're both hated. I digress. Lucas, you're up.
Yeah, so it's time for NFC East trivia. And the trivia question was, give me 1 second to pull it up here. Since 2000, which Washington Commanders / Redskins quarterback has been sacked the most? There was one person that got it right. I believe it was on Twitter. Let me see if I can shout out that person.
Damn, I ain't even. Could you repeat that question again?
I will repeat it in just a moment for you, sir. The question was, since 2000, which Washington Commanders quarterback has been sacked the most? Not in a single season, but the most during his Commanders tenure.
I know that
Redskins.
I know that one.
RG3?
Before you guys answer, I want to shout out Tim Barrett for getting this correct. But go ahead.
Salute, sir.
Well, who did you say, Mal?
RG3, so did Maurice.
So RG3 and Earl?
I'm going to go with Jason Campbell because that man been on the ground a lot when he was with Washington.
You are absolutely correct. It is Jason Campbell.
All right. I'm back in the winning column.
I feel like that was a good question, though. Look, I only got one person to answer right, so that, you know what, that on social media. So yeah, that was a good one.
The little victories with the ops.
Honestly, there was a lot of good answers for this one. Honestly, I thought it would have been Kirk Cousins.
That's fair.
Yeah, you wouldn't have liked that.
I mean, I see what you did there. Nice. All right, and on that note, it is Mal's time to do the outro.
Yeah, all right, guys. So let's close it out. I just wanted to thank you all for listening to our podcast tonight. Please make sure you subscribe to us on Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and Apple Music at 13 Rings and NFC East Podcast. Make sure you like us on our socials, Facebook, Twitter, or X, Instagram at 13 Rings and NFC East Podcast. And make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube, which is also at 13 Rings and NFC East Podcast. Everybody have a great night.
Yeah.
See you.
Blessings.